Hey guys, Eric here from worshipbanduniversity.com, and today we're going to take a look at how to use pads that we downloaded online and a little trick to make them work a little bit better with Ableton. Now, let's say I'm doing a song and I have a set list kind of set up over here, and we're doing the song Holy Spirit. Now, a lot of times we do this song in D, so what I'm going to do is I need to have a background pad that can play along the whole song. Now, you can go to a ton of different websites online and download these backing pad tracks. What it basically is an ambiguous chord that kind of plays. Maybe it's like a D, then it goes to like a D sus2, D sus4, something like that, but pretty much hangs around the D area. So while you're playing in the key of D over the top of it, it still blends really nicely with your pad. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go down and I'm going to find my little folder that has some pads in it. Now I have a couple in D over here, so I'm going to use this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this over to our track and put it over here. So now what happens is when I play this track over here, I got a really nice ambiguous backing pad that's kind of going on in the background. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the click so we can hear it a little bit better, and I'm going to talk through it as well. But again, here's our backing pad, which again, if I'm playing guitar or any other instrument over the top of it, it's going to actually blend really nicely because again, the chord that's chosen here is usually a D, and then they'll maybe add the fifth in there. Again, they'll make it a suspended second by putting a 2 in there, a sus4 by putting the 4 in there, a 9 chord, whatever. But again, they're going to add accents and stuff in there, but they're not going to fully commit to doing a chord progression. So again, we can do pretty much anything we want over the top, and it's still going to sound good and fill up a lot of space. But the only problem with these pads that you download is as soon as I stop it, it immediately cuts off, which does not sound good when we're doing it in a worship set, unless, you know, another instrument is doing a pad or we strum a guitar and we end it right at the stop of the song. So one little trick that I found out is if I go all the way to the left and go to audio effects, we have a bunch of different effects that are over here. And if we go to reverb, there's a ton of reverbs over here too. I'm just going to pick a random reverb. I got hall, and I'm going to pick church because, well, we do this in church, so we're going to use the church reverb. And I'm just going to drag that right over the top of the track and drop it on there. Now what happens is I now have this little reverb plugin that's going on top of this. So now when I play that track, it's not really going to sound much different at all depending on the reverb or the effect that you pick. So we've got that little pad fading in really nicely. Again, I can go down here and experiment and shape the different sounds of it, or the pre-delay, or the decay time, or how sensitive it is and stuff. But more or less what I want to do is I just want to create a little bit of a wash at the end when I stop it. So again, we have the pad going on. Now I'm going to click the space bar to stop this in a second, but I want you to listen how it trails off a little bit. Kind of see that? It didn't just stop like it did last time. It had a nice little trail so that it was a little smoother when you stop. So anytime you use these pads from online, and they're a great choice to use, what you want to do is add some reverb or delay or something to it just to give it that little bit of that smoothness to trail it off so it just doesn't have an abrupt stop when you use it. So have some fun with that. It's a really quick and easy trick that you can use to make these pads more useful. So have some fun with it, make a few pads, and we'll see you guys next time.